Okay, first of all, before we start, I came live 2 days ago. We finally launched our small case. It was a journey in the making. It took a very long time to do this. It's been 5-6 years now. We created content. We finally launched our small case, and I'm very, very excited that within the first 48 hours, we have more than 500 people who have joined, and we are currently having an AUM of approximately 4 crore rupees. So this is a very, very, very big moment for me. Also was a big dhakka for me that wow, you're managing a lot of people's money right now, and it's just the start. We have a long way to go. My goal was to hit 1,000 by the next year, like 365 days, but I think we've hit 50% of the target within 2 days. So hopefully this is going well, and it should go well. And I'm very lucky also that we have launched the small case literally at Nifty low. So that is why I'm very happy. Let's quickly go into Nifty and let me show you how it looks. So one thing I'm very happy about is we have launched the small case at the absolute low, right? Literally here on October 2nd or October 3rd is when we launched it. So we launched it here, and this is when Nifty has been at a very bad point this year. So I'm very happy because this is a long-term game, not a short-term game, not a 1 week, 2 week game. So this is a 3-year kind of a game, and I'm very happy to have got the opportunity to launch it at this point over here, giving me a good starting point. Obviously, it's a longer term period. So in the long term, we'll all be good. In fact, I don't know, this last, Nifty, last 1 week has been really bad, honestly, right? Because if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Nifty basically fell down 9 days in a row. Can somebody explain or somebody tell me why Nifty fell down 9 days in a row? Can somebody take a guess? Anyone in the audience? Do you know why Nifty fell 5 days in a row? A random guess by anyone? Anything is fine. Okay, let me explain. First things first, 9 days in a row it has fallen down mainly because our beloved FIIs have continued selling constantly in the last 9 days. So if you see the FIIs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So from 22nd September, they have been aggressively selling. Obviously, our DIIs have stepped in and they have taken control of this, and they have tried to limit the fall, but the fall has been going quite aggressively. Now, somebody is asking a question saying, why is FII selling? Very good question. Now, if you have noticed that in the last 1 week, from 22nd September, we were a constant target from President Trump. I don't know how many of you all remember that, whether it was the IT sector being affected with the H-1B visas, lot of tariff news back to back. Pharma tariffs came in, this tariff came in, that tariff came in, everything came in, and we were getting attacked constantly because we were buying Russian oil. And when somebody is attacking you like this constantly, obviously what is going to happen? The FIIs are going to take an exit. They are not going to be very happy about investing in India because they're like, boss, India has become a target to Trump, and it is also creating global uncertainty. And whenever there is global uncertainty, there is volatility. And foreign investors don't like volatility. They want to relax. Peaceful zone pe unko invest karna hai, paisa kamana hai, apna kaam karna hai. They want to go home. And that is basically was not happening because of President Trump. So now what they have done is they have pulled their money out, and they're going and investing in Taiwan. They're going and investing in Hong Kong. They're investing in emerging markets like Brazil. And Brazil also is now going up very aggressively, right? The Brazil market is also doing really well. So this was a very big problem that actually is going on in the market. And because we are a constant target to President Trump, the FIIs have basically sold out. Luckily, our SIP inflow is still strong. It has not done bad. So because our SIP inflow is still strong, we are actually somehow surviving this entire fall. But 9 days in a row, boss, it was horrible. Okay, it was absolutely horrible because we have not seen 9 days in a row for a very long period of time. And usually what happens, it falls down, goes up, falls down, goes up, falls down, goes up. But this time it just kept falling constantly. And that is basically what it is. But leave all that. Ye to pata hai, right? Okay, we know the market is falling and it has fallen and there's no good news. Now we are entering the most volatile part of the season, which is called as the result season. Now, result season should be good. Yes, INR also was depreciated. INR is also not doing very well. They were also falling down quite aggressively. India has now started moving away from USD reserves, and they are now going and buying a lot of gold. So all of this is happening. We're in a transition phase right now. But again, that's okay. That's good. Now, let's understand what is going on with the market right now. So 9 days, it has fallen down. No problem. The market is still flat. Nothing great. Hopefully, now we should see a pullback rally. If the pullback rally happens, then we should go directly towards the all-time high, which is 26,200. But if the pullback rally does not happen, we are also scared in a very weird way, because we are also very close to the 200-day moving average. So if the Nifty actually breaks down, it is going to be actually very bad for a lot of stocks as well. So that is basically one of the problems. And now I think Donald Trump should be more busy about focusing on his own problems that is happening in his own government, because his entire US government is shut down and he wants to now fire a lot of people in the services, right? So I think focus on your government should be more than focus on Indian government, but it's okay. That is fine. We have to move on and we have to go with our case. Now, I don't know how many of you all here are a part of the YouTube community, but last month I came out with two companies. We did a deep dive on two companies and we spoke about two Contra picks. How many of you all remember two Contra picks? Because today's topic is going to be about Contra picks, right? The forgotten heroes, the fallen down heroes who are now looked at as villains. The one-time hero looking as villain. Because what happened whenever you play Contra, the chances of you doing well is very good, right? So if there is anyone in the chat section who's a part of the community, can put the two names of the companies. We basically spoke about two companies over there. Okay, one was IEX and the other was RateGain. Now, obviously, if you look at those two companies, first let's look at IEX. Now, IEX is a fallen hero. Honestly, I would really say it's a fallen hero. Look at this, how it has fallen from the top. By the way, IEX was one of the most loved stocks in the past. If you remember, after COVID, everyone was talking about IEX. In fact, at that point, IEX went up quite aggressively at that point. It just went flying constantly, and then it gave a lot of returns at that point over here, right? From here to here, it gave 312 returns in a very short span of time. Almost in a year, it tripled your money. But whenever something goes up so fast, it is not sustainable. And what happened is the same reversal happened and then it fell down. Now, this also happened because couple of other reasons. 50% down. Obviously, 50% from a higher base hurts a lot. Okay. Now, why did it fall down? Because market coupling issue. IEX had 95, 96% market share. Now, the government of India has come and made a new rule that, you cannot have that kind of a monopoly. You have to now have an equal playing field, and then two more companies have come into this space to basically rival IEX, and that is why the stock price went down. Now, that gives a beautiful opportunity, because couple of questions or couple of risk reward ratios kind of a thing. I don't know how many of you all have ever studied IEX. Have you studied IEX? How many of you all have actually studied IEX? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so let's look at IEX, right? IEX is sitting at a P ratio of 28 and it is sitting at a market cap of 12,800. That means it is very, very, very undervalued right now. 28 P as of today. Matlab future P would be even further lower, right? This company is a massive revenue generator. If you have seen this company from 2021 to 2025, it has gone from 356 to 657. And it is in an emerging sector also, which is a futuristic sector. Now, if you look at the profit, it's gone from 200 to 429. You look at the net worth, it has gone up. And if you go and look at the cash flow of this company, just look at the cash flow of this company. It is an absolute free cash flow player. It is literally a company that converts majority of their profits into cash. Okay, that's very rare to see in companies, right? And obviously debt-free company as well, absolutely no debt. Why? Because it's a cash-based business and the assets are going up. So all this is happening, but the share price kept going down. And that is why I say Contra picks are the most beautiful ways to look at things. Why is the stock price going down? As I told you, market coupling issue came. IEX will lose their market share. It will start going down a little bit. All that fear has come into the market. And whenever a lot of pessimism comes into the market, whenever there's a lot of fear comes into the market, that's when opportunity also starts coming into the game. Now, will this company, couple of questions to you. Let's look at it from an unbiased review standpoint, right? Let's look at the positives. Is the company continuing to make free cash flow? Will it continue to make free cash flow? Answer is yes. Is it in a very good sector? Answer is yes, futuristic sector. Yes, it is going to lose market share from 97%, but maybe it will fall down to 75, 76%. It is still okay. Basically, if I had to give you a comparison, IEX is like NSE of the world of exchanges. Put it that way. Okay. We have NSE and BSE. Okay. IEX is exactly like NSE. Okay. NSE also had market dominance. NSE is why did NSE first of all even have market dominance? That is because NSE was an innovator. They do so much R&D, they get new technology, they go very aggressive on their stack, and that is why NSE has always been ahead of BSE. BSE is a very slow mover. IEX has a similar DNA. They also spend a lot in R&D. They go and do new stuff. And a lot of you guys think that IEX is only Indian Energy Exchange, which is in power. It is not only IEX. IEX has a subsidiary called IGX, which is in gas. IEX also has a new carbon trading exchange that is coming out as well, which is also going to be very big. And in other parts of the world, carbon trading is a huge business. In India, obviously, it's not that big, but eventually carbon trading in the future will become a very big business. And all of this is packed into IEX as of today. So all of us only look at IEX from one standpoint, but they have basically 2 to 3 businesses inside IEX as well. Now, free cash flow is going to come. All of this is going to come. Yes, short-term pain, will it be there? Answer, absolutely yes, short-term pain will be there. Do you think it'll go up in the next quarter? Answer is no, Shashank. It is not going to go up in the next quarter. Maybe it won't go up for 1 year also, right? Why? Because as we go every quarter, we will see them losing market share a little bit. And then after one point, the market share will stabilize. The market share will be like, okay, now we are at 76% and we're not losing market share. Same thing happened with NSE. NSE had the majority of the market share. BSE came from nowhere. That is why BSE stock price went up so much and NSE stock price actually fell down. Exact same situation. But now, if I had to ask you a question, from a very long-term standpoint, let's say 10 years into the future, do you think BSE and NSE will do bad in the next 10 years? Absolutely not, right? Because both BSE and NSE are free cash flow platform players, right? As and when the market becomes bigger, they will make their own money and be happy with it, right? Today, if India's trading X amount of crores, tomorrow it will be X into 3. BSE and NSE both are going to make money. Yes, in the short term, upar niche, aage piche keeps happening, right? Okay, the contract got changed, this got trade, people have started reducing the F&O contracts and all. Doesn't matter, you're still going to have free cash flow. Same thing, right? Now, IEX has a similar approach as well. If you look at it from a 5 to 10 year standpoint, the entire power exchange is going to become a very big player in the game of in India, and it is going to become a free cash flow player. And another very big advantage of free cash flow player are two things. One, either the free cash flow player will go and do a massive acquisition, as we all know, it'll go and buy a company, or they will start giving out bonuses, or they will start giving out dividends. Basically, shareholders will get good amount of money. Either which way, shareholders will get good amount of money, right? So that is why I say this is a Contra pick available at 28p. Very interesting company. Very interesting company. You guys should go read it out. It is not moved yet. Okay, it will take some time to move. I think it will take more than a year to move. But the day it starts moving, I don't think. I mean, I look at it from a very long-term, futuristic standpoint, right? I'm getting a power exchange, which is the future of India, and the exchange of that sector is sitting at a 10,000, 12,000 crore market cap. I mean, come on, right? It's very unbelievable to see that. So very interesting to see what's going to play out. The second company we spoke about was another player which is very good. I remember this, RateGain. I think I don't know how many of you saw my podcast recently with Ankit Kanodia. He writes beautiful blog articles free of cost on Substack called Zen Nivesh. So he had also written about RateGain, I think 3-4 months in advance. Now RateGain was again a beautiful company because I've been seeing their CEO's YouTube videos and all of that, and the way he talks. If you see RateGain, they have also fallen from grace, right? Everyone loved the stock. It went up to 830. From 830, it fell down 50%. And after that 50%, now it's gone from 400 to 700, almost back to all-time high in a matter of no time. And this is, we posted about this, I think 2 to 3 weeks ago before this massive rally came in. Now, again, what happened? This was sitting at 20-25 PE at that point. 5x price to sales it was sitting at that point. It was sitting at 7,500 crores at that point. It was very cheap, and a lot of people fail to understand that this company was a crazy company. It has always been a crazy company, right? It is a proxy to travel, and travel is not going to stop. And they had very big what do you call that, they had very big moats, they had very big customers, and this is the trajectory of the company. But people in India who always say that I am a fundamental investor are eventually they become price investors, right? A lot of people message me and say, Shashank, why did RateGain fall 40%? Why did RateGain fall 50%? Everyone ignores the fundamentals when the price goes down. Price is a subset of the fundamentals. It is a derivative of the fundamentals. If fundamentals do well, the price will come back tomorrow. Aaj nahi to kal upar aayega. And that is exactly what happened with RateGain, right? Aaj nahi to kal upar aayega. IEX ka bhi same situation hai. Aaj nahi to kal upar aayega. It has to come up, right? Not today, not tomorrow, but one day it will come, because a company sitting and making free cash flow is not going to stay in the same zone for a long time. And this company, again, same thing, proved its worth. And the reason why this company went up right now is because they recently did an acquisition. And that acquisition was insane. So RateGain's acquisition was, if they're making 100 rupees in sales, their acquisition was equal to 100 rupees. Like the new company that they're buying is slightly more than the whole company's existing sales. And that is why this company started doing really well. Now, a lot of you guys will be like, Shashank, why didn't you tell this before? You're telling us after this went up. The answer is no. We did talk about this 2 weeks ago. Obviously, nobody had an idea that it would go up this fast. That is why only RateGain went up, luck by chance. But IEX is still there, and it might not go up for a year, right? But I know for a fact there is no harm in free cash flow companies, and that is why I love playing free cash flow companies a lot, because over a long period of time, free cash flow companies always end up doing better because they have free cash flow as an advantage in their entire arsenal. So that is basically the way things go here. Okay, so these are the two companies that I really love, but there are more such fallen heroes. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see some more fallen heroes? I will show you a screener also to find these fallen heroes. Okay, so let me show you one by one. I have this screener called Funda Correction Screen, okay, which is basically strong fundamental companies that have actually fallen from their peak, right? Look at this. So current price is fallen down 70%, 50%. All of these companies have basically fallen down. Now this is my market capitalization above 1,000. ROE should be 15% and above. ROCE should be 15% and above. OPM should be 15%. This you can change to 10% if you want. EPS should be growing and sales should be growing. What does this mean? This basically mean that fundamentally the company should be performing, but price wise the company should be falling. What a squeeze. That means fundamentally it is growing, price wise it is falling. It creates a liquidity squeeze, and that's when you have a huge advantage coming in, right? So one of the key players a lot of people would have seen right now recently, or it's actually ongoing right now. Poor guy is getting beat up so bad, and that guy's name is called KPIT. How many of you all have seen this company getting beat up this year? Very nicely is getting beat up, right? Beautiful beating is going on for this company. It was sitting at 1,800. Now it is sitting at 1,100, and it is getting beat up completely. Now a lot of people are again suddenly turned into price traders instead of being fundamental analysts. Everyone who said I'm a fundamental investor of 5 years has suddenly become a technical investor of 1 month. Okay, and look at this. I'll show you the company. Now it's come down to 39. I am very excited. I just wanted to fall down a little bit more, then it becomes even more attractive for me to buy. Okay, if you look at the company's yearly revenue, it is like this. If you look at the company's yearly profit, it is like this. If you look at the company's yearly net worth, it is like this. If I go and check the cash flow, it is like this. Okay, if I go check the balance sheet, it is like this. Now that is what I've been trying to tell, that the company has fallen down aggressively, but fundamentally nothing has happened. Yes, short-term problems are there. Okay, they lost one customer. Fine. Do you think they can't get another customer? Do you think they can't get another customer? Okay, fine. Chalo. US में problem चल रहा है. This company is basically in Europe. They're not in US at all. For a lot of people that are thinking about Europe, US, it's in Europe. Okay, chalo. Last quarter, I'll tell you one example. Very fun fact happened. Last quarter, they lost a customer. The stock price fell down rapidly. The company came out with a result that actually beat the market estimates. And they said that because we lost a customer in Europe, we went and found new customers in Asia, and we've got new customers to pay us more now. You see the DNA of the management. And the third thing about this company, which I really like, is actually hidden in their investor presentation. I know a lot of people don't like this company. They're like, Shashank, why is it falling and all? One day it'll go up. Maybe that day you'll remember that shit. Shashank was always bullish on this, and he kept saying that one day it'll go up, right? Because you should also understand the DNA of this customer, right? I'll show you this. Look at this one slide gives me the most amount of confidence in this company. One slide. What they say, and this is something they put in every single investor presentation. They have said, we pride ourselves because we are being consistent performance. 20 consecutive quarters we've got revenue growth. Even if it's 1 million, by the way, this is million, not crores. 1 million is around 8 crores. Even if they're growing by 1 million every year, even if it's not 10%, it is less than 10%. They ensure that they grow every single quarter, not year. This is quarter on quarter growth. Every year, every quarter, they're getting growth, right? So this is something that the management prides themselves in. Now, yes, problems will come in every business. There is no business today that has a problem. Every business has a problem, and but the management keeps coming out and saying, we know how to solve it, we will solve it. They actually end up solving it as well. Now, coming to it, let's look at some companies. Let me filter according to market cap, okay, and look at all the companies. These are all fundamentally strong companies, okay, fundamentally strong companies. But let's look at some good ones. See here, BSE has nicely taken a fall again. Not, I would say it has to go down thoda odd niche. I would love for it to fall a little bit more, but again, nothing's going to go wrong with BSE, because BSE has gone up to 2,900, fell down to 2,000. Suddenly everyone does not like BSE, and I'm like, bro, what? How can you not like? Yes, F&O trading has gone down. Doesn't matter. This is the new normal. No, it is still not. It is still going to make free cash flow, boss. Yes, they might not make the same amount of money that they made last time, but they're still going to make free cash flow. So don't stress too much about it. Okay, what are the other companies that you can look at? CRISIL has obviously fallen down. KPIT is here in this list. Polymedicure. This was a company that I really, really love. Let me show you this. Let me show you Polymedicure. It's finally coming to a point where I would love to take a position. This was never in my buying zone. I always wanted to buy it, but it never came in my buying zone because it was overvalued like hell. Look at this. By the way, I'll show you the all chart of this. Okay, this has been a consistent compounder obviously for a very long period of time. Right now, it has gone from 2,600 to almost 2,000. Very happy. I hope it falls even more. But this company is now at 54p. By the way, this company was never at 54p. If I show you the P ratio historical of this, right, you will see this. Look at this. This company has been like this, always high. Always since COVID, this company has been at 60 to 80p. Some recently it was at 80p, now it's come to 60. It is still high. I'm saying it should go down to 40. So I'm also waiting for this company to go down a little bit more. And this company basically is so beautiful. They work in the medical devices industry. Okay. And if you read about it, right now they're doing very well in the medical devices. They've now started making medical devices for dialysis and kidney and renal failure as well, which is now becoming the fastest growing revenue segment in their company. And they're like, within a few years, that new business, the renal business, will become 50% of our revenue, and it is growing at a rapid pace. Markets are falling. Okay, I'll show you the yearly profits. This is how the yearly profit looks like. This is how the yearly revenue looks, right? This is how the net worth looks like. Okay, let's go back. Let's check the balance sheet. The debt to equity ratio of this company is non-existent. There is no debt in this company. And if I go look at the cash flows of this company, they are pretty much investing most of the cash flow back into Capex, as you can see, every single year. And this is what I would say how beautiful picks are. Like, these are things that are right in front of people, but I believe people only want to invest in the FOMO companies, right? If I ask you names of some companies right now, most of you guys will give similar names. You will say, Shashank, metals are doing well, GMDC is doing well, this is doing well, that is doing well, because you're only investing in FOMO companies that have gone up always, right? All the fundamental investors today have become momentum investors. Whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, you've become momentum investors. The real people who are actually making money are the guys buying these companies when they're dying, when they're dead, right? When they're assumed dead. They're not dead. They're assumed dead. And these are some strong fundamental companies. Look at BLS International also, right? Another beautiful free cash flow behemoth. Okay, look at this. This also was a darling of the stock market. Went up quite aggressively after COVID, and then now from 450 it has come down to 330. Actually, it's not a bad fall, and in 5 years it has given 1400% returns. In the last 1 year it's down 8%, right? So a lot of people are not talking about this. 24p ratio, 24p ratio, 13,000 crores. What does this do? It processes visa. It's one of the largest visa processing companies in India, right? Look at the revenue here. Okay, look at the quarterly revenue if you want to look at it. Even quarter on quarter they've been doing well. Yearly they're doing well. Profit is flying. Net worth is flying. Chalo, profit you want to see quarterly, that is also flying, 181 to 121. So that is also going up. Okay, let's look at some other details. Let's look at yearly balance sheet. Do they have debt? No, it is an absolute debt-free company. No debt at all. Okay, is it a cash flow generating machine? Answer is yes. They have cash flow every single year. Now, I'm saying, I know you guys don't like this. You're like, Shashank, why are you talking about this? Because we have lost patience in investing. We love Warren Buffett, but we don't want to invest like Warren Buffett. Do you agree these companies are good companies? Whatever I've shown you, 3-4 companies till now, are they good companies? They're not bad companies. Do you have the patience to hold? None of you guys have the patience to hold. Everyone wants momentum. 10% niche jata hai, everyone's become a momentum investor. Exactly right now, a lot of people are messaging and saying Varun Beverages. Let me show you Varun Beverages also. For all the people who have been crying about Varun Beverages. Okay, Varun Beverages in the last 1 year has gone down 25%. In the last 3 years, it has gone up 102%. So first question to all the people who are commenting Varun Beverages, why are you crying? Okay, you might be crying, agreed, if you have invested in the last 1 year. Correct? Am I in the right zone right now? If you have invested in the last 1 year, you are crying. The guy who has invested in the last 3 years is definitely not crying. A guy who has invested in the last 5 years is getting 600% return. He's also not crying. But the guy who has invested 1 year is now crying. So that means you don't want to wait at all for any company. Within 1 year, you want to invest today and it should go up instantly and you should become a malamal rich in one night. Does it happen like that in the stock market? Is that satta bazaar? No, right? It is not some lottery ticket that you're buying. In 1 year, it has gone up. In 3 years, it has gone up. In 5 years, it has gone up. In its history, it has gone up. And it has fallen multiple times. From 279, it has gone down 10%. I mean, 17% here during 2022-23. It has fallen multiple times. And right now, it is going through a problem. What is the problem? Campa Cola's come. It is the same thing. NSE, BSE, IEX, HPX, and now Campa Cola and Varun Beverages. It's the same thing. But are people going to stop having Frito-Lays? Are people going to stop having Aquafina? Are people going to stop having Pepsi? Absolutely not. The market is huge. Okay, chalo, wo bhi chhod do. It's come down to 52p, which is great. I would still say it is a little overvalued for a FMCG company, but that's okay. Now look at the profit growth. Okay, yearly growing, quarterly bhi dekho, right? Quarterly it had a flat year this time. Profit was definitely higher. Even after such a bad year, the profit was higher, and net worth is going up. Okay, let's look at the balance sheet now. How much debt do they have? They barely have any debt. Okay, let's look at cash flow. Are they investing in companies? How much are they investing in Capex? 3,200 crores has been invested this year in Capex. 3,200 crores have been invested, or is going to continuously be invested over time, right? So that is what I'm saying. If I show you these things, these are some great companies. Okay, let me actually show it to you on screener as well, one sec, so that you have a better understanding coming down here, right? 1 year everyone looks at, nobody looks at a longer vision. This is how Varun Beverages performed over time, and 1 year it's taken a hit. ठीक है ना, थोड़ा time रुको तो सही, 3 साल 4 साल रुको तो सही. By the way, they follow a December yearly closing on December. So they have 17,000 crores in the bank. They have barely any borrowings, and they have a lot of assets that they're working on. They're doing a lot of capex. And this year, if you look at the investment fixed assets purchase, is 3,700 crores. That this easily tells me they're going very, very, very aggressive with their capex. This is for people who are typing Varun Beverages in the comment section. That is why I'm saying I don't understand what. I know everyone wants to be a patient, long-term investor, but किसी के पास मतलब time नहीं है रुकने के लिए. Everyone wants everything jaldi, 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 and I don't understand why that case is, right? And I've shown so much examples right now. This whole screener itself is an example. KFinTech is in the same zone. Okay, you want to see KFinTech, it's in the same zone. They're at least growing with acquisitions, but they're also flat. Anand Rathi was flat for 1 year, and then Anand Rathi went flying because the squeeze happened with Anand Rathi, right? Same with PG Electroplast also. Same with PG. Someone is saying PG Electroplast. Same shit, right? The guys who have invested in the last 1 year are the only ones crying. The guys who have invested before that are not crying because it has gone up. Now, you have timed it late. See this. Last 3 years, 407%. The last 1 year, 16%. That is why you're crying. You get my point? But if you hold for 3 years, you don't even know what will happen in the future. You don't even know. How can you be crying for 10-15% when the company's potential is to give you 100, 200, 300%? Patience hona chahiye life mein to invest. A lot of people are bad about this patience, and that is why the biggest problem happens, right? That is why I say that people who don't have patience should just go do mutual fund investing. Tension mat lo. Go do mutual fund investing, put it in your whatever favorite funds you want. But I'll tell you the problem with mutual fund investing for all the investors today, and you guys will connect to me with this. Even in mutual fund investing, you guys are sitting and playing momentum. Last 1 year, who has given the best, I will invest in that. Next year, who has given the best, I will exit from here and I will invest in that, and then I will invest in the next one. Nobody's sitting with their mutual funds. Even in mutual fund, you play momentum. In stocks, you're playing momentum, and then you always wonder, why am I not making money in the stock market? Think about it. Think about it. Am I right with what I'm saying? Correct? Absolutely correct with what I'm saying. Yeah. So this is something that you guys should be very aware of as investors. That is why I'm here to explain things to you. That patience is important. 1 year ka time frame you cannot take and go. In fact, you are taking the last 1 year, which has been the worst 1 year, as your example. Am I also right to say that in the last 1 year, Nifty has not done anything, and you guys are taking this last 1 year as your example? That Shashank, in the last 1 year, this company has done bad, that company has done bad. Boss, 80% of the companies have done bad. Only 20% have done better in this last 1 year. Nobody's made money. You compare for last 3 years, last 5 years, nobody was complaining. 1 year it goes bad, everyone's complaining. So aisa mat karo, right? You have to stay invested for long period of time. You have to give it an option to grow. If you sit and go on Twitter and you see all these people abusing one company, they have not made money. That is why they're sitting and abusing companies on Twitter, right? You cannot be that person. You have to be different from them. right? One thing falls on Twitter, everyone is like, see, PG Electroplast has fallen, or BSC is falling, or some other company is falling. That is why they also don't make money, right? The person who buys more, who stays invested, who takes contra picks, who invests more and more and more wins. And then after 3 years, if I come and tell you, you know what, after 3 years, if I come and tell you, see guys, IEX, I told you that time 3 years ago, see now it's up 200%, you'll be like, anything can go up after 3 years. So that is the logic. People don't want to take a call, only that aggression is not there. Yes, Anand Rathi is a great company. People who are asking in the comments, it's not a bad company at all, right? So that is why I'm saying contra picks are very important. I'll show you more. I'll show you more very good contra picks. So that one more I will show you. I've shown you already enough. I'll show you one more amazing contra pick. That is, कुछ भी नहीं होगा 4-5 साल में वो कंपनी को, nothing will happen to that company. It's a great company. It'll continue being a great company, right? Nothing is going to happen. I to love tips music, but I don't think many people would like it. I to love it. Okay, this is going a little deeper down. I think Abbott is also, ABB is actually a very good company. ABB is fallen down or what? Oh, oh. See this ABB. Let me show you ABB. Ah, how it's fallen. What a company. So I don't know how many of you all, how many people know what ABB is. Okay, ABB is an international company. I mean, worldwide famous. In the last 1 year, it's down 35%. Ouch! Everyone is like, oh my god, it's such a bad company. Last 3 years, even after the 35% fall, it is up 69%. Last 5 years, it is up 5x in 5 years after 35% fall from the top. And if you look at the all-time chart, it is also always up. From here, all-time chart is always up. Okay, put it that way in simple terms. Companies aren't 60p. I would still say it's overvalued. It has gone up quite a bit, right? And if you look at the yearly revenues, this is how it looks like. You look at the yearly profit, this is how it looks like. You look at the net worth, same. It's a great company, futuristic company. Overvalued, yes, I agree. Great company, but overvalued. So that is why it is falling down like this, right? But you see, so many beautiful companies are there in this. Only thing is, you have to sit and read and understand what is actually good and what is actually bad. There are some companies that are looking good but not good. For example, I can give you an example, right? If you go here, you will be like, Shashank, Natco Pharma was there. Where did Natco go? Okay. So Natco Pharma is a great company. It's a pharmaceutical company, right? It is sitting at the worst P ever. 8 P it is sitting at. Natco Pharma. Now you will be like, Shashank, that's a great company. Why is it sitting at 8 PE, right? Do you have any answer to it? All of you guys? Pharma, by the way, is the most confusing space to invest in, right? Last 1 year, 40% down. Last 3 years did well. Last 5 years, bad, right? All time, obviously good, but last 5 years, bad. Now, a lot of you will be like, Shashank, 8 PE, great company, but pharma is very complicated. It's not very simple. If you actually go into Natco Pharma and do some research, they had a very famous drug called Revlimid, which was also Dr. Reddy's famous drug, Revlimid. And that basically they had some patents going on, and that patent is going off in this year. And because of that, everyone can now sell this at a lower cost, and they lost money on that. But Natco Pharma said, we are getting into GLP with their peptides and glutides and all of that. They're getting into that. But that is going to happen only in 2026, not right now. So that 1 year, which is 25 to 26, they're losing it, and then they will win it back in 26 or 27, might win it back in 26 or 27. Hence, it has become a massive contra play here, right? The company has been making a lot of money, has always been making money, but people are not enjoying the fact that your biggest selling drug is going off patent and your new business has not started yet. And that is why it has become a situation, right? So if you ask me, Shashank, are there opportunities in the current market? Answer is absolutely yes. There are opportunities in the current market. Definitely not like there are no opportunities. Beautiful opportunities exist in the current market. The problem is we are only looking at companies that are already sitting at all-time high, and you're always investing at the top. You're always investing into the trend versus before the trend. The only way to invest before the trend is to have patience, which most of us don't have. We want instant answer, instant things. And that is why the problem comes into the picture. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's take 2-3 questions from the audience, and then we will stop the session. But I hope you guys learned something today. We covered beautiful companies. Natco, ABB, Varun Beverages, BSC, KPIT, IEX, and RateGain. All of these companies we covered today. So I hope you guys got some very good, interesting learning out of it today as well, right? Okay, let's take some questions. 1 second. Any questions you guys have, you can. What about Bajaj Holdings? Great company. Kya hai problem? Okay, so a lot of people who don't know what Bajaj Holdings is. Bajaj Holdings is the holding company of Bajaj Group. Bajaj Holdings has Bajaj Allianz, which is the life insurance business, general insurance and life insurance business. It has Bajaj Finance. It has Bajaj Finance has Bajaj Housing, and this also has Bajaj Auto. So you are getting a diversified player and a high dividend player also that gives regular dividends out. So kya tension hai? You have to give it 3 years. If you don't give it 3 years, nothing's gonna work. Okay. Please consider rebalancing fluidity on need basis instead of quarterly. No, Dinakaran, we will be doing it quarterly only. There is a reason why we have chosen quarterly. We have a system that works. We don't want to mess too much with the system, then it becomes a problem. We will do quarterly, even if the market falls, it's fine. Because from what we have done with a backtest of 15, 16 years backtest we have done, even at a fall, it has always recovered in the same speed. So do not worry about it. Because when you play 3 to 5 year games, it does not matter. This small 5-10% optimization does not matter, right? Thank you, Shashank, for the insightful session. Now that you become a fund manager, please don't stop these sessions. Thank you, Dhirendra. Much glad on this. Yes, I will continue these sessions as much as possible, and we will keep learning as much as we can. Okay. Chirag, what is your view on gold? I want to buy and I want to enter, but it's expensive. I'm scared if I invest, it will fall down. Chirag, you're talking about gold. If you invest for 1 year, don't buy gold. If you're investing for 6 months, then you're playing momentum. That is not the reason why gold is bought for. Gold is bought for a very different reason, and it's bought for a long term. It is not bought to be sold in the first place, right? Whenever you buy gold, it is not bought to be sold. It is bought to be there for a long period of time. You go and ask your mother, give me your gold. I want to sell it today. It's at all-time high. She will be like, get lost. She will give you one kick and tell you to sit in the room. In fact, she will go in Diwali and buy more gold, even at all-time high price. That is why the mothers are winning today in every household, right? They become the best investors when gold has gone up. And this is what I've been saying. So gold is not a momentum play. Don't look at it as a momentum play. It was always supposed to be a hedge, and it will continue to be a hedge. Okay. Nitin, I cannot answer your question, man, because I hold those companies, so I can't answer your question. Okay. What else? Let's take one last question. Okay. Yes, Thai Vikas, you are on track. You have invested in Fluid Q, 40K, 44K, plan to invest additional 30K per month. Yes, man, you're on track. Don't worry about it. Just wait for 1 to 3 years. You will see magic happening, hopefully slowly. I am also assuming the market is going to do well and the magic will happen. Yes, Akshay Kumar, very good Contra pick, CDSL. You didn't have to post it 50 times, but one time I would have seen it. But Akshay Kumar, you are right. CDSL is also a very good Contra play. NHDL is also a very good Contra play. This is something that is not going to go away for the next 10 years. So that is something that is looking very good. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many beautiful free cash flow companies sitting here. Just thoda idhar udhar problem hota and people run away. Glad to see you using my Chrome extension Pro screener, bro. It's a beautiful screener. I mean, beautiful extension. I really love it. Thank you, Vishwa Gaurav, for making it. I actually found it on Value Picker when I was just reading through my weekly reads in the weekends. But it's an amazing screener. So thanks a lot. Mainly, what I like is that bar from 2012 to 2025. It gives me a very beautiful understanding of the entire stock synergy, or else I have to just go and see one by one. So again, thanks a lot, man, for creating this and giving it out absolutely for free to everyone. Yeah, awesome. Let's take one last question and then we will call it a day. Oof. Yes. And for all the people who have invested in the Smallcase, on Monday and Tuesday, I'll be making the WhatsApp group for you guys and adding you into that. And we will be giving a lot of fundamental updates like these Contra picks. We will give you more and more updates on it. It is not just about the Smallcase. It is also going to be a beautiful fundamental WhatsApp group where we will talk about market updates and all of that. That is the difference between me and most of the people in the market. I love to teach. So we're going to make money and maybe teach at the same time. So that is basically the unique proposition I am offering. Jada effort hai, jada work hai, but karenge, theek hai. वो तो पहले से कर रहे हैं. Okay, awesome guys. I think this was a great session. I think you guys have a lot to learn. Please go and read more about it. The screener, I've already shown it to you. You can go put it in your own screener and go and check out everything according to you. Have some patience while investing. Don't be aggressive investors. In the last one year, I've invested in a few companies. They've not moved only one company has moved, but I'm just buying more and more and more and more and more of those companies, right? My 2 pharmaceutical companies I have, they've not moved at all in 1 year. They're absolutely there, but fundamentals have been moving. stock has not moved. Fundamentals have gone up and up, and it's creating this squeeze in the market. And I'm so excited for it to fly. But yeah, that's the game. That's how it is. The game is played like this. Okay, patience is the name of the game. Chalo, awesome guys. Take care. See you guys. Bye bye.